Saya say kalau orang yang tak ada diabetes tu, dia jaga je makanan dia macam ni. Kalau benda tu kita boleh maintain untuk 6 months, you can rewire it.
Oh.
Tapi 6 months tu
Quite long journey lah.
yeah, very long journey.
Hi, hello everyone. Welcome back to our podcast channel After our On Call with Dr. Ari. Bersama dengan saya, Amira, your community representative, dan juga ada one and only Dr. Ari, doktor yang merawat pesakit kencing manis, doktor yang merawat obesity, dan juga doktor yang pakar dalam nutrisi serta pemakanan. Okay, so from previous episode, kita dah cakap berkenaan diabetes. Kita dah bercakap berkenaan ilmu pemakanan. Okay, but today kita nak mendalami punca daripada diabetic itself, which is sugar. Okay, nampak macam sugar tu macam satu benda yang simple je, tapi sebenarnya is beyond than that. Okay, dia luas lagi. Okay, banyak benda yang kita tak tahu dan kita perlu tahu. So hari ni kita akan kupas sama-sama dengan Dr. Ari.
Sure.
Okay, so let's get started. Alright. Okay, so Dr. Ari, okay, cakap pasal gula ni kan sebenarnya dalam pemakanan seharian kita, minuman mesti ada gula, betul tak?
Betul.
Selain dia menyedapkan suatu makanan atau minuman tu. Okay. Tapi kita nak tahu betul-betul lah saya, adakah gula ni kita betul-betul perlukan? Adakah badan kita betul-betul memerlukan gula? Okay, kalau ada gula, kita akan jadi orang kata more energetic dan sebagainya. Adakah betul macam tu?
Okay, kita perlukan glukos, bukan sugar, bukan gula. Orang biasanya confused tau. Gula dengan glukos tak sama. Okay? Kita makan nasi, dalam tu glukos, bukan gula putih. Okay, kalau kita nak minum minuman yang manis, okay, dan kita harapkan kita akan dapat energi, kita memang kena minum manis. Mana boleh tak minum manis langsung? Nanti kita tak cukup tenaga. Salah tu. Salah. Okay? Kita makan nasi pun dah ada gula dalamnya. Makan mi dah ada gula dalamnya. Makan fruits, jenis buah apa pun dah ada gula dalamnya. So these are natural sweets. Okay? Like bila kita makan sesuatu yang manis, atau makanan yang tak rasa manis tapi dalamnya ada karbohidrat, ada gula, dan badan boleh gunakannya untuk jadi glukos. So glukos akan bagi kita tenaga. Okay, so kita tak perlu makan added sugars. So bila kita cakap added sugars ni, the processed food, gula putih, brown sugar, semua ni added. Tak perlu pun, tak wujud semula jadi dekat makanan kita. Itu dah cukup dah sebenarnya. The problem happens bila kita tambah lagi gula putih lah, and lot of other caramel sugar lah. Tambahan gula, that's the problem. Memang perlukan glukos? Yes, perlukan glukos. Dia sumber tenaga badan kita. Tapi apa yang kita makan dalam makanan seimbang kita pun dah cukup.
Oh, maksudnya dalam pemakanan kita, contoh dalam nasi, dalam sayur-sayuran kita
dah ada.
Oh, dah ada gula?
Dah ada. Dalam brokoli dah ada.
Yeah,
exactly. Tak perlu benda tu manis pun. Dah ada karbohidrat dalam tu. Cuma dia akan how fast it can spike. Okay. Kalau nasi putih, dia spike lebih cepat daripada brown rice. Brown rice sebab dia dah ada fiber. Bukan nak cakap fiber tak ada, tak boleh didigest juga. Dia juga sejenis karbohidrat. Okay. Tapi bila didigest slowly, taklah spike. So dia release energy untuk badan kita dengan stabil. That's what we want.
I see. So maksudnya like macam kita tak perlu pun additional sugar.
Exactly.
Like macam dessert tu semua tak diperlukan pun.
If you ask in the point of view, perlu ke badan kita mesti kena makan something sweet? Ramai ada tanggapan macam tu tau. They feel I have to take something sweet. Kalau kita tak makan apa-apa manis, macam air yang bergula atau dessert, saya rasa tak bertenaga langsung. Badan kita takkan ada tenaga. Wrong. Bukan macam tu. Nasi seimbang dengan sayur, protein, you feel very good already.
So maksudnya zero equal to sugar equal to energy tu memang salah.
Salah, sungguh salah. Yes. But tapi nak cakap kalau orang tu minum 1 gelas air yang banyak gula, katakanlah gula putih dia masuk, lepas tu dia minumlah sirap ke apa kan, gula dalam darah dia naik. So brain rasa macam reward system tau. Dia bertenaga, you feel so high.
Dia macam like happy.
Yes, high on sugar lah basically.
Sugar.
Tapi benda tu akan crash.
Okay.
Okay, when the sugar goes up quickly, insulin goes up some more quickly, and both akan crash.
Okay.
Your sugar is going to crash. Time tu akan rasa letih, lesu, irritability. Lepas tu nak crave lagi pula sugar. So it's a never ending cycle.
Dia continuous.
Correct.
Macam doktor cakap lah kan, kalau macam contoh dalam pemakanan kita pun kita dah ada gula. Maksudnya contoh kalau kita masak sendiri, kita dah boleh lah tak payah letak gula and everything. Sebab makanan natural sendiri dah ada gula.
Betul.
Okay. What about makanan-makanan yang kita beli kat luar? Like for example, macam contoh minuman. Okay, kita mungkin dekat dalam option tu kita cuma ada contoh zero sugar drink saja. Okay, adakah dia betul-betul zero sugar?
Okay.
Ataupun like ada nama lain, nama spesifik lain.
Okay. Okay, when we talk about sweetness, okay, kita nak bincang, bukan bila cakap gula, benda tu lain tau.
Betul.
Bila I say gula, scientifically lah, just say gula kan. Kita maksudnya gula putih.
Betul.
Yang tu lah gula kan. Okay. So, naturally occurring sugar dalam makanan, karbohidrat, glucose, galactose, maltose, benda lain. That one naturally occurring inside the food. Macam gula dalam susu.
Okay.
Ada tak? Ada. Okay, gula dalam nasi ada ke? Ada. So, yang tu different. Okay. Now, artificially, boleh tak gula boleh diperbuat dari artificial things and masuk dalam? Boleh. Okay, most of the sodas ke drinks yang diorang claim zero calorie or zero sugar akan ada benda macam ni. Sebab tu dia manis. Okay?
Betul. I macam terkejut juga. Dia claim zero sugar, but bila minum tu manis ya.
Yes. So you will have a lot of artificial added sugars, maybe erythritol, aspartame. Ada banyak jenis gula yang boleh dimasukkan. Okay. Now, gula-gula ni ada side effect tak? Minum sekali-sekala, no problem. Okay, the problem happens bila orang fikir, this is healthy. That's where
Healthy
the problem
option,
is.
yeah.
Yang ni bukan healthy option. Maybe you can compare to a fully sugared drink. Lepas tu you say, this is a healthier option berbanding dekat ni. Tapi kedua-duanya bukan healthy option. Healthy option is air kosong.
Okay.
Or a lemon drink. That is healthy option. Yang ni lebih baik daripada yang full sugar, of course. Tapi kalau you take it every single day, like erythritol ada link to heart issues. Ada beberapa studies yang menyatakan kalau kita makan tu setiap hari, minum setiap hari, boleh ada masalah jantung. Yes. So there are always side effects to this kind of things. Okay, especially gut health. Aspartame. Baru-baru ada banyak studies yang menunjukkan dia boleh alter your gut health. Okay, gut health dah lah connected to semua.
Betul.
Your immune system, your mental health,
Skin,
everything. So, once in a, let's say people are watching and they say, alah doktor nak minum yang full sugar pun tak boleh, zero sugar pun tak boleh. Come on, man. Yes, no. Now, even if you're going to drink something full sugar, how often are you doing it? Sekali-sekala no problem tau. Masalahnya kalau kita buat benda tu setiap hari. Okay, and ramai buat macam tu. Okay, ramai buat macam tu. Tak perlu kita nak cakap mengenai carbonated drinks ke apa. Teh tarik pun ada tak semua yang ada tak golongan yang minum teh tarik satu hari 2 kali?
Yes, betul. Usually
every single day.
Coffee
Dengan coffee still okay. Kalau nak minum dengan susu pekat,
additional syrup.
Yes, yeah. Ramai yang message kita dekat our TikTok channel, Facebook, dia orang, lah doktor takkan tak boleh enjoy live langsung. That's not what I meant. You can, of course, tapi don't do it every day sampai benda tu yang memudaratkan you. You know what I mean? Sebab kita dah nampak apa yang jadi kat orang yang selalu buat every single day. We are seeing what's happening to them. So I don't want you to go into that statistic.
Betul.
So kalau boleh buat pemilihan yang lebih pandai. Okay, boleh once in a while keluar dengan family, your friends, enjoy yourself. Every day, apa you buat? Apa yang makan? Apa yang kita minum?
Dia punya routine tu kena strong.
Itu yang kena strong. So, let go of the artificial sweeteners. Okay, macam yang alcohol-based sweeteners, this erythritol, maltodextrin, aspartame, semua ni slow down. Okay, daily minum air kosong. Kalau nak, you want feel some flavor into your water, nak sangat, okay, lemon water ke apa. Still good. Put in some chia seed. Still good. Makanan kita dah ada banyak glukos. Dia ada maltose, galactose, glucose. Yang tu semua natural. Dari makanan tu dah cukup dah.
Especially orang kita suka makan nasi kan.
Yeah. Yes. That's why I say kalau orang yang tak ada diabetes tu, dia jaga je makanan dia macam ni, tak perlu pun restrict sangat. Dia okay. Golongan yang dah terlepas pandang, dah masuk tahap memang betul-betul dah diabetes, tak terkawal lagi, time tu dia nak bargain lagi. Itu yang masalahnya.
Okay, faham. Right. So, everyone sebenarnya kena belajar kan pasal
betul,
benda ni.
Betul.
Okay, jangan ingat like zero sugar kita pun macam dengan yakin minum tiap hari.
Yes.
Okay, even though macam I pun macam tak pernah terfikir pula kenapa dia manis kan.
Yes.
Bila macam doktor cakap macam ni, maybe lepas ni I boleh check lah dekat label. Kena check carefully.
Betul. That's the thing. Like benda tu senang sebenarnya. Kalau dah nampak aspartame, you just Google atau chat GPT je. The whole story will come out. What is it? Ada research dah, WHO dah classify dia macam mana, semua dah keluar.
I see. Okay, alright. So for the next questions, okay. Alright. So kita tahu kalau cakap pasal sugar, dessert, okay, people always relate it with craving. Craving tiap-tiap minggu ada je benda dia nak craving.
Dia craving lah nak makan.
Craving nak makan tu. Okay. Adakah gula itself boleh menyebabkan craving ataupun ketagihan?
Okay, addiction lah.
Addiction, yes.
Okay. It's real. Okay, let me explain to you why. Tahu tak serotonin? Serotonin is a brain chemical that makes you feel happy. Reward system. So, for example, orang tu makan something sweet. Alright? The brain sees it, sudden surge of energy, serotonin release, and then you rasa rewarded. You rasa happy. Okay, so it's a reward system. You feel good. So, of course, you nak buat benda tu lagi because it makes you feel good. And as I said just now, dia kan ada vicious cycle. Gula tinggi, insulin tinggi. Insulin lagi tinggi daripada gula, gula drop. Kan? So bila gula crash, kita akan rasa lapar, agitated, craving lagi, nak juga gula lagi. So again, you will go and look for something sweet. So ongoing process lah.
Itu kalau kita cerita pasal reward kan doktor. What happen kalau saya orang perempuan lah biasanya kan, sedih-sedih tengah PMS, rasa macam nak makan ice cream lah, nak makan itulah. Okay, is it related?
Yes, because you're looking to feel good. You see, during the PMS, what happens? You have your hormones are going down. Okay, there's so much of hormonal changes. So your mood memang dah low, or something bad happens, you feel low. So now your brain is wired for survival. We are wired for survival. So dia akan cari jalan to make you feel better kan. So it will try to look for all the experiences to make you feel better. Pernah makan ice cream sebelum ni, dah naik serotonin, dah happy, dah lah ada circuit tu. So dia cari balik benda tu. So dia hantar signal, okay, let's eat ice cream. Macam tu lah. Or someone who likes chocolate, okay, let's eat chocolate. So that's what you will crave for every time you feel down. Faham tak? Sekarang bukan saja reward system, you dah also start a habit. Every time something goes down, the habit of doing certain things come in. That's another thing.
Is it difficult to cut the habit?
Okay, there's a very interesting nutritional study about epigenetics and nutrition. So in the study, they normally say for the cell to rewire, the cells will remember how you feel when you eat something. Everything is coded. It's the memory of the food and how it makes you feel. Kalau benda tu kita boleh maintain untuk 6 months, you can rewire it. Tapi 6 months tu
quite long journey lah.
Yeah. Very long journey. So yeah, not easy lah, not easy. What I can say is try to make it enjoyable. you see bila kita start makan healthy, alright, after the shift especially walaupun kita dah makan, let's say nice chicken breast with nice boiled broccoli and carrot, brown rice, apa, dah kenyang.
All of a sudden ice cream.
Betul, dah settle, dah makan, lepas tu dah kenyang tapi craving.
Betul. Yes.
You understand You know what happened? They did the study. Actually what happened is you did not enjoy the process of eating. So now you're not satisfied, so you're looking for something else. Faham tak?
Macam rebound.
Yeah. So you kena enjoy walaupun benda tu healthy, but you need to figure out a way yang kita boleh enjoy. Like for me, when I started eating healthy, alright, in the sense I don't want to eat something too oily. I'm from Penang, okay, so we all had our nasi kandar days, you know. So when you hit certain age, you say, you know what, okay, I'm done, I want to eat healthy. Okay, I want to change the way we eat. Bukan senang.
Betul.
So kita kena cari jalan to make you happy. Tak sama, bukan sama untuk semua orang. Like for me, I will have my sambal. Okay, I make it with olive oil. You have some nice pedas sambal, and I'll eat it with my chicken breast. Now I'm happy. So I have sambal belacan. So kimchi, something that will make you happy. End of your dah makan habis meal tu, you're satisfied. You dah tak cari cookie, dah tak cari ice cream, sebab your brain, you feel okay, you know what,
Dah satisfied.
Yes. So you have to find what works for you. Sebab tu a lot of people, if you see, they have very personalised nutrition plans. Tak sama untuk semua. Macam kita buat obesity clinic, right? Everyone we give a nutrition plan, mana sama? Tak sama.
Ada orang suka something spicy.
Yes. Some when it's a Malaysian crowd, cara makan dia very colourful. Very colourful. So it's a real challenge tau nak find something in between, you know. But it's nice. It's nice to work with them. Yeah.
I see. Okay. Alright. So I nak kena 6 bulan lah.
6 bulan lah.
6 bulan kena log in.
Yes. It's true even for weight loss. Kalau pernah tengok kan orang akan rebound easily.
Yes, betul.
Okay, if they say the fat cells, it's from the epigenetic episode of the studies. The fat cells will remember. So, faham tak?
Ada memory.
Yes, that's what epigenetic is. Okay, dia akan remember tau. So now it will be pushing. Orang tu dah kurus. Okay, tapi dia tak nak. Dia nak balik,
tak move on.
Yes, even tak move on. Dia dah stuck kat situ. Wants things to go back to how it used to. Your eating pattern pun dia orang remember. Your body, your behaviour, everything. How you chose your food, everything. So kalau dia kena wait for 6 months for it to rewrite itself. Cara makan you, the way you handle stress, semua ni akan rewrite. So now you are rewriting your epigenetics. You're rewriting the signals you're sending to your each and every cell. So bila kita makan dengan betul, dia ubah sampai situ tau. After that, suddenly like no craving, you're a different person. Tapi kena tahan lah untuk 6 bulan tu.
6 bulan
Yes. That's why people rebound.
Betul.
Nak salahkan dia orang 100% tak.
Yes.
Yang kecil-kecil kat dalam ni. Yes.
Seminggu pun dia.
That's the thing. That's where the GLP-1 comes in. Because it really helps. With GLP-1, 6 months is nothing. Because it helps you with the craving and everything. That's why a lot of people see it as shortcut. It's not. It's a powerful tool. With that, you learn how to eat better. Learn how to exercise better. So kita dah boleh pilih a very active lifestyle, and there's one tool helping you. That's the GLP-1. You know? Yeah.
Okay, nak GLP-1 boleh contact doktor.
Yes.
Alright, okay. So doktor, I nak tanya about side effects pula. Okay, macam kita sedia maklum yang sugar, okay, kalau berlebihan boleh menyebabkan diabetes.
Betul.
Okay. Ada tak side effect lain, like macam keradangan, like you punya like energy, you punya skin and everything. Does it really affects all these things?
Okay. Kalau you see anybody with acne or even eczema, okay, bila kita pergi jumpa doktor, first thing we will say, please cut off all sugary food. Sebab gula Especially kalau processed additional sugars. I'm not talking about gula yang memang semula jadi dalam nasi, dalam buah, bukan tu. Okay? Gula dalam ice cream, sugary drink, gula dari situ, coklat. Yang ni akan meradangkan. Confirm. Dia akan meradangkan. Okay? So, keradangan ni satu badan dia boleh effect.
Okay.
Skin orang yang ada acne akan semakin teruk. Yang ada psoriasis akan lagi teruk. Yang aging, it will accelerate your aging. Sebab tu orang yang ada kencing manis, dia aging lagi cepat. Kalau dia kena kencing manis umur 30, dah sampai 40, dah nampak macam 50. So dia punya aging pun akan cepat. Glucose can do that. Gula boleh buat macam tu. So you cannot have too much of sugar in our body. Natural sugar okay still, you know. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So kalau macam tu, kita kena maksudnya kena pilih gula yang dari naturally lah.
Yes.
Sebagai pengganti, like macam kalau kita craving for something sweet, maybe kita go for fruits.
Yes.
Okay.
I always say this to my obesity clinic patients. Some of them, they're like, "Doctor, I cannot not eat cake." You know, it's very difficult. Like they'll be like, "Cannot lah, doctor. I cannot not eat cake. I have
Every
to."
single day?
Every single day.
Oh.
Okay, and of course lah, it's going to be very difficult for you to lose weight. So to motivate them pun susah. It's so difficult to break what they can't see. So what we normally say is, okay, fine, I'm not taking the cake away. The cake is there, but you need to make a promise. Setiap kali sebelum you touch your cake, I want you to eat 1 apple. 1 apple. Okay? After that, finishing the apple, if you still want to eat the cake, carry on.
Oh.
Okay? So that's how we locked it. So what happened was, first week, dia habiskan apple, setengah cake habis lah. Okay, setengah cake. Second week, habis apple, don't want cake already. So tapi at least she committed lah. Ada yang cakap okay tapi tak buat juga. At least kalau betul-betul commit. Sebab craving tu, body just want some amount of sudden sugar spike. Itu je dia nak. So dapat dari apple pun sama. Just the calorie is way lower compared to cake.
Oh, maksudnya kita boleh treat kita punya.
Boleh. Definitely. Yeah.
Okay, alright. Oh, itu salah satu I think method yang like so nice untuk semua orang try.
Yes. It sounds very pleasant, tapi you'll be surprised by the amount of people yang say yes and then they come back do the same. I see the scale, I dah tahu. Tak turun, you know. Yeah.
Faham. Okay. Macam contoh doktor bagi tahu tadi kan. Eat fruits before cake kan. Okay. Kalau contoh adakah, okay contoh kalau itu untuk apple lah, like buah-buahan yang manis-manis yang lain, like macam mangoes, dragon fruits ke apa tu kan, okay kalau kita ambil setiap hari walaupun benda tu memang manis tapi dia natural.
In moderation for someone yang tak ada diabetes.
Okay.
Secara sederhana, yang tak ada diabetes nak setiap hari, no problem. Yang ada diabetes tak boleh lah, sebab gula dia dah ada problem. Insulin dia dah ada problem. Dia dah ada insulin resistance. Sekarang dia tengah nak stabilkan gula dia supaya saraf dalam badan dia tak rosak. So time ni dia pergi makan gula macam anggur. Confirm spike. Time dia spike tu lah, saraf akan rosak. So dia kena pilih buah yang tidak akan meningkatkan gula secara mendadak. Like jambu batu, jambu air, sengkuang, avocado, green pear. Semua ni okey. Dia punya indeks tu tak tinggi.
Okay.
So lebih safer option. Ada juga sekumpulan diabetes, diorang memang kawalan sangat bagus. Okay, mungkin dah sampai tahap ubat pun tak banyak atau dah off ubat, dia on maintenance dan check only. Okay, orang macam tu makan 1 biji orange, nothing happens to them. Orang yang ada diabetes yang tak terkawal, dia makan 1 biji orange, melambung naik gula. So you must see what's your stage of diabetes. Yang tak ada diabetes, umur masih muda, nak makan buah 1 hari 1 kali, no problem.
Tapi
Jenis
moderate lah.
Moderate secara sederhana.
Durian pun boleh doktor?
Ya, tu dah tak mesti. Mana tak tanya durian tu dah. Okay, ikut musim lah. Once a while is okay. Don't make it every day. I have seen people time musim tu every single day, 1 bulan, every single day, tak boleh lah. Lepas tu bukan saja setakat makan durian, pengat.
Oh,
So
buat.
pagi durian, tengah hari pengat.
Itu bawa sampai ke malam tu.
Yes, see, yang tu malam jadi dessert.
Dessert, betul.
Cannot lah, too high.
Okay, alright. Okay. So doktor, for the last questions lah. Okay. Nak tanya doktor. Sebab ramai sebenarnya yang struggle. Diorang macam ada toxic relationship with sugar. Macam keeps coming back. Okay, macam doktor kata nak log in pun kena like 6 months.
Yeah.
Untuk betul-betul rewired kan. Okay. Doktor ada tak like macam tips yang orang-orang yang memang susah sangat, okay, nak cut sugar ni, okay, untuk diorang like merealisasikan mission cut sugar ni tanpa rasa terseksa.
Okay, firstly, don't force yourself through it. That is yang paling penting. Bila kita nak pilih, okay lah, satu hari I nak start makan dengan lebih elok. Okay, fine, very good. Try it properly. Jangan, okay lah, aku nak makan salad je hari ni. Kita dah tahu, maksimum 2 hari. Hari ketiga, you dah balik dah. Okay, so pilih something yang that you can work for a long term and try to enjoy. Proses pemilihan makanan tu kena enjoy. Tak ada cara lain. Semua cara lain akan fail. You have to love the food. Okay, bukan cakap healthy food tu mesti kena tak sedap. Bukan. Try to make it as delicious as you can. Okay, yang belum follow TikTok channel kita, boleh tengok dekat situ. Ramai yang dah buat so many different recipes. I'm so happy to see that. Ada yang hari tu dia buat apung dengan DB mix.
Oh really?
So nice. I was like, wow, so nice, you know. And then dia makan dengan stevia. I mean, okay, it's
Okay
like
lah.
they're finding ways to eat healthy. This will
And
work.
happy.
And happy. This will work. This will work sebab dia suka apa yang dia buat.
Betul?
Bukan dia paksa diri dia makan something yang dia tak suka.
Betul.
That's number 1. Number 2, kita ni manusia. Alright? Don't do things too hard in a short term. Jangan seksakan diri. Kalau memang jenis yang coklat, kalau tak ada coklat, I tak boleh. Jenis macam tu. Right? Lock it first. Jangan take, after this I won't touch chocolate. Confirm fail.
Betul.
Satu hari, mana boleh. Alright? So, you just, okay, if I'm going to eat chocolate, I will have a fruit first. Start macam tu. Satu lagi, tukar jenis coklat tu. Pilih yang 70% dark chocolate. Okay? Dari milk chocolate tu, 70% dark chocolate is a good improvement. Then slowly increase to 80% dark chocolate.
The best is?
And I take 99% or 100%. Very tasty. Sedap. Like you half cup of almond milk or cow's milk, ikut suka lah. Kalau ada yang diabetes, janganlah. For me, I like to take it with almond milk. I'll mix it with cow's milk. Okay, then I'll put this 100% dark chocolate. Okay, oh my god, it's so sedap.
Really?
Very nice. If rajin, I masuk satu dates. My god, it's so delicious.
Oh really?
Yes, and it increases your stem cell. Tinggi antioxidant. Okay, keeps you young.
And
Anti-aging.
good for your brain as
Brain,
well.
yes, your memory improves, you're more sharp. Benda tu sedap and you enjoy it, and it gives you so much of goodness. Orang yang ada diabetes boleh minum macam tu tau. Kan, I don't know, but a lot of, like when I was young, sebelum tidur Milo. Ya
Betul.
tak? Kan?
Yes, betul.
Right? A lot of Horlicks. A lot of Malaysians still like that. Sebelum tidur dia orang suka minum something hot like that. Tak makan pun tak apa. Ada minum ni okay. They like that. So dah sampai satu, like let's say age of 30 and above, or you ada diabetes, nak minum something like that, almond milk, dark chocolate, kan? Sedap. You can put a bit of DB mix. Dia akan stabilkan gula lagi and keep you kenyang lagi. So it's so good.
Rutin masih sama, cuma a little bit of change dekat
That's
ingredients
all.
dia.
Yeah. So kena cari jalan lah untuk masih buat apa yang kita love, tapi jadikan dia lebih healthy. Jadikan dia lebih nutritious. Yeah.
Okay. Like macam untuk pengganti gula pula, doktor suggest macam mana?
Okay. Honestly lah, stevia is good. There's nothing wrong with stevia. Monk fruit sweetener is very good. There's nothing wrong with monk fruit sweetener. Dua ni memang sangat bagus tau.
Okay.
The problem is tambahannya.
Oh.
Bila monk fruit sweetener tu, dia orang tambah erythritol, dia orang tambah maltodextrin. Now dah tak safe. Macam at least I wouldn't take it. Because I know kalau I nak amalkan setiap hari, gut health problem, all the maltodextrin akan naikkan sugar. Erythritol, gut health problem, all small things, you know. So kalau dapat 100%, take it, no problem.
Oh, maksudnya in the long term pun okay, tak ada masalah.
Yes.
Oh.
Sebab benda tu natural, tu tak ada masalah.
Hari-hari pun okay?
No problem. Kalau 100% stevia, 100% monk fruit sweetener, dia tak ada masalah langsung. Okay? Cuma the artificial things that goes in there, that's the problem. Tapi tak wujud lagi dah kat market lah, sorry.
Oh really? So
Yes.
maksudnya kat pasaran memang banyak dah mix dah?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's very important untuk kita baca.
Yes,
all the
please
label
read the
ingredients.
ingredient list. Lepas tu kalau tak tahu, just click on, sekarang semua dekat phone dah. Just in one click, you know what it is.
Okay, banyak info kita dapat hari ni Walaupun the title only sugar.
Yes.
Pasal sugar je.
Yes, sugar is huge.
Yes.
Sugar is huge.
Alright, so thank you so much Dr. Hari
Most
untuk
welcome.
perkongsian hari ini. Okay, hopefully yang dekat rumah bukan saja boleh orang kata dengar tapi boleh praktikkan.
Yes, tolong praktiskan. Say angry
Praktikkan.
sugar.
Yes, angry sugar. Alright, so thank you so much. Okay, so anyone yang dah tengok kita punya podcast hari ni sampai habis, okay, kalau you guys ada suggestion nak kita kupas any topik berkenaan diabetes ke apa, persoalan ke apa, boleh okay, drop dekat komen. Alright, so boleh juga minta tolong untuk sharekan kita punya podcast untuk hari ni. Okay, so kita boleh share dekat kawan-kawan ke family.
Yeah.
Sama-sama kita dapat ilmu.
Betul.
Sama-sama sihat, sama-sama dapat ilmu supaya kita boleh create one community,
Zero diabetes.
Alright,
Yeah.
kita jumpa lagi next week.
Take care,
Bye-bye.
guys.